What up? It's 92.9 WDUP. New London's home of timeless hip hop and R&B. It's your boy Mike Mitch Ill. It's a pleasure to have a special guest checking in. We got Kiki Giavanni in the building. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, she got the new record that drops today, For What, which we're going to debut right after this interview. Let's talk about that record real quick.
Yeah, so For What, it's like totally different than my first single. It's an upbeat dance record, kind of has that Jersey style beat. When I first heard the beat, I was like, oh, this is dope. I need something like this. So it's pushing me out of my comfort zone and I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Have me bouncing and all that. You know what I'm saying? I read
Yeah,
that a
like
few times.
what?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
the lyrical content is, it's real life stuff that we deal with. So.
yeah. It kind of got like that drill feel to it a little bit too.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
Yeah, nah, it's definitely dope.
So now I have to learn that dance for the video, but we're gonna figure it out.
Let's talk about that. When the video dropping, or when you gonna start actually working towards getting the video out there?
Yeah, so I'm gonna start working on that next week. Try to go the viral route. Have a lot of people copying the dance, do the TikTok thing, just see if it takes off. But I want it to just be really organic. Nothing too overproduced.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, for our listeners out here, CT, I'll give a quick background on yourself. How long you been doing it? You know what I mean? Quick synopsis of Kiki Giovanni, real quick.
Yeah, so I started doing music probably 10 years ago is when I dropped my first single, but I was on like some Disney Channel vibes. I was out in LA, I was acting. So very different than my music now. Lyrical content, totally different. Now I'm talking my stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you see that? You see that cut job,
talking my stuff,
Yeah.
just life experiences. So I'm like grown and it's different. It feels good.
Yeah. I mean, what was that like for you though? You said you was on your Disney vibe at first, and then you got some grown music. How was that transition for you?
It was easy because the people that I work with, they already had that lyrical content. So they're like, okay, what's really going on with your life? Everything is not all peaches and cream. Tell me about it. And then we just brainstormed and,
wait, I feel you. So like, when you was back on your Disney vibe, you know what I mean? How was that received though? Did you get the reaction you wanted?
I did from certain people, but certain crowds didn't really take to it as much. But it served its purpose. It served its purpose. And when I was ready to elevate from that, I did.
So. Yeah, absolutely. Where are you originally from? You originally from Cali?
Yes, I'm from San Diego. I went to college in LA, lived there for about 7 years. So yes, always on the West Coast.
Yes, I was doing my due diligence. Like, you on like game shows and you doing sideline reporting.
I have another one I'm going to be on in a couple of weeks.
For real?
Yeah, so I'll definitely post the link to that. It's just kind of the LA network. Like once you're on a game show, the producers always keep in contact. And
so, talk about the first time you've been on a game show. And I don't know if you reveal it just yet. Like the next one you're about to be on. Talk about that.
So the first game show I was on, it was like a revamp from something from the 90s. So that was cool. I think I watched it like back in the day with my grandmother. But it was a team thing. So my team, if they're watching this, y'all was a little weak. We could have won the grand prize, but one of our members, she wasn't as quick as she needed to be. Right. This next one I'm going to be on is an individual thing. I guess I can say it's called person, place, or thing. Okay. So, you just got to be really sharp and like good on your trivia.
Yeah, that's what's up. I love Family Feud. Like I want to be on Family Feud, but my parents and like my brother, my family wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that was like my dream was to be on Family Feud, but they have some conflict. If you personally know Steve Harvey or anything like that, you can't be on it.
Oh,
and
so
I had a friend that worked closely with him, so it just won't work. But
yeah, that technicality. I can't even talk right now.
Technicality. Maybe if I change my name.
Yeah. So so like, I was just telling you off air, like I caught wind of you with that Troy Ave record. Don't lie to me. I was like, she sounds dope on the hook. You know what I mean? How that record come about? How y'all link up and all that?
Thank you. I'm glad you love it. So like I said, I'm from San Diego and it's kind of a small network here. He, I guess, is managed or, works closely with someone here in San Diego that runs a restaurant. I frequent that restaurant. One of my good friends manages it. So he's like, oh, Troy Ave's in town, blah, 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 blah. You guys should link up, do music. He ended up sending me like an open verse to that song that he did. And I sent it back. He had some notes. So it was like a back and forth thing. Once we finally got it to where it needed to be, he was like, no, this is dope. Let's run with it. He flew out here. We recorded the video. And then I starred in the video for his song Blue Chanel right after that.
Okay.
And I was the only feature on his album. So you know.
That's dope. Talk about some if you have other like big names collabs. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I don't just yet. I mean, I have some in mind that I want to do. I have this like real club banger. I know who I want to get on it, so I just have to wait for the right time to approach the person.
Or so you don't got to mention that person. You know what I mean? Don't let the cat out the bag. But like, what's some of your dream collabs?
Dream, obviously Drake. That's like Drake is the pinnacle for me.
Yeah.
I could just get him on just breathe on the track real quick.
Little breath ad lib, got you.
Yeah, so Drake, and I would love to collaborate with females. I mean, it's really turning into a female-dominated industry, which is great. We have Coi Leray, Lotto, all these beautiful female rappers. So Cardi B would be a dream collab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me ask you this though. Do you think a lot of it's dope that the women are kind of taking over. I mean, not kind of, they are taking over. But do you think they kind of sound the same a little bit, or what's your thoughts on the current state of the game right now?
So I definitely love that it's female dominated, but yes, I'm starting to hear a lot of the same content. It's very body, we're talking about our body and things like that. And there's more to talk about. That's why I will say I did like Saweetie when she came out, because she came out college educated, like I'm from USC, blah, blah, blah. It was a little different. Doja Cat, she's dope, definitely switches up her lyrical content. So I think we need to get back to lyricism once we get out of this, this little phase we're in.
We're here with Kiki Giavanni. So kind of describe your sound for those who ain't hear your music yet and all that.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard my music yet, I have 2 singles out. The first one is like kind of an R&B ballad, but like I said, we're talking our SHIT. And then the second one is like a bouncy, drill, upbeat Jersey kind of record. So you'll see a good body of work in my EP.
Okay, no doubt. So
and that's the beauty of it, is like I'm finding my sound. I'm putting out different singles, and then we'll switch the direction based on.
So as far as your sound, do you have like a team, a production team with you, or you just
I do. So
talk about that.
I have a production team. My producer, she writes, produces. Female, she's super dope, and then I have another writer. So we are always together in our sessions, and it just happens organically. We never have a plan before we come into the studio.
Ever. Yeah, you can't see the video right now. We'll post it online at 929 WDUP, but on Instagram and Twitter. But she's in the studio right now, talking to us, so she focused.
In
you know
the
what
studio,
I mean?
yes.
Or she ready to go. So you know what I'm saying.
As soon as I'm done with this, we're straight into a session.
You get right to it. So yeah, are you signed to a label, or you going to indie route?
I'm not, totally independent. Yeah, I mean, I'm open to situations, but I think that's just the best route for now. I'm funding everything myself, and we'll see how it goes.
How difficult is that kind of, going the indie route instead of having a machine behind you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely notice when you drop records that it's night and day, but I'm blessed. My brother and, his friend, they have a studio. So this happened during COVID. They got a studio. And so I've been able to just come here, do my thing. It's not too much out of pocket, but once that marketing and all that kicks in, yes, we're gonna be spending.
So you got any? You got any upcoming projects or EPs coming up at all? And talk about some of your projects.
So we have a plan to drop the EP a little bit later. I'm thinking October-ish. Okay. October-ish we'll drop the EP. It's totally complete, but like I said, based on these 2 singles, if one sound is really taken off, I might add a few more records like that.
Yeah. Okay. Talk about some of your past projects you put out. So those who want to kind of check out, your past work.
Past projects, you will not find that anymore. Like I said, that first song we have scrubbed from the internet.
That Disney record good?
I mean, it wasn't bad. If you could find it, it was called Parachute. It was dope. It's just totally different from what I'm doing now. I was heavy into acting throughout my college days. I was in tons of commercials. I was in a Tyler Perry show.
Hey. Yo, don't gloss over that. Talk about your acting chops real quick.
In a little movie. I was in a movie called Baggage Claim with Paula Patton, Terrence J. That was my first real role.
So did you take acting classes? Was that a passion of yours? You know what I mean?
I did. It was intense. It was college all over again. 4 days a week, and then you study with your scene partner on your days off. It was really, really intense.
So which was your first love? I mean, clearly music, that's where you all in it.
Well, communication. So that's what my background, my degree's in. Okay. I did sports casting as well. So when it just anything speaking and showing my personality, I love.
That's dope. You doing sports casting, talk about that.
That was cool. So I went to a few training camps, Atlanta Falcons. Who else did I interview? Adrian Peterson was like my first big interview. And that stuff was cool. It was very cool because we as women can ask men different questions than other men can ask. And it's received better. So yeah.
And like the dudes always just gonna be naturally nicer to you too. You know what I'm saying? So
yes. And men will just ask you, okay, so what happened in the game? How come you didn't do this? And then women are like, okay, how's your mindset? You know, it's a little softer.
Yeah, they get a little deeper questions and all that. Hey, ESPN's right up the street. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, call me. I can brush it off real quick.
Sideline report over here.
Yes.
Oh, so like you a big sports head? Like you really into sports like that?
I am. Yes, I love sports. All sports. I played tennis in college and high school, so.
Or how nice was you in tennis though? Like
I was pretty nice, yeah. What? I was pretty good. I still play.
How far you take it? Like
just college, like my first year in college, and that was it. It conflicted with acting class and my actual schedule, so I chose to go that route.
We here with Kiki Giavanni. She over here talking about she about to take down Serena and Venus and all that.
You know what? If I don't do it, then I'll raise someone who does.
Yeah, but just what's like the biggest challenge for you? You know what I mean? Just like getting on, period. You know what I mean? You starting to make your ascension and everything like that. Like, what was the biggest challenges you faced coming up?
I would say the biggest challenge is figuring out like the timing of when to drop things and how to drop things. There's no manual for it when you're doing it yourself. You kind of just got to go with the gut instinct. You also want to be very careful about who you let hear your stuff, so you don't have a big sample of ears when you're trying to, develop and figure things out. So you really just got to trust yourself and the people around you and be like, okay, nope, this is it. We're running with this, and just be confident. So,
let me ask you this. You talk about you modeling, sideline reporting, Disney Channel, putting out records. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like what? Like, yo, do you got what keep you grounded? Cause like, are you at the point where nobody can tell you nothing? Like, how do you keep level headed?
No, not until my bank account looks like that. Then we'll get there. Until that happens, we are still humble.
But even when you get there, like, yo, do you have like a kind of like, pre-planned, program on like, all right, if I get to this point, I gotta stay grounded. I gotta remember what got me here. Like, you know what I mean? Do you have like,
I think that's why it kind of took a longer route than I would have liked, or a longer time frame than I would have liked. Maybe these little lessons are what's keeping me grounded.
Yeah.
No, it's all, God's plan. So.
Yeah. So like, yo, you got any like upcoming shows, tours, anything like that?
No tours. I definitely need to get my feet wet with the first show.
I'll get your feet wet with the first show. So you haven't like
I haven't. No, I have not performed live yet. No, I have not. So that's gonna be fun, but it's got to be right when I do it.
Now I feel you. Is there like, you ain't got to give no date or nothing like that, but like, is there something come down the pipe?
Yes, will definitely be this year, before the end of the year. Absolutely.
Oh man, that's dope, man. So you about to have your first show?
Like, yes, and I gotta dance. We gotta do that. I went to performing arts high school and middle school, so dance was a background of mine.
Oh, so you got this. You know what you're doing. You good.
Yeah, we just gotta, dust it off real quick.
All right. Ain't no stage fright over here. You good. You got it. So so like, I mean, out of everything you've been doing, like what do you like the most? I mean, currently you in your music bag right now, but like, what do you like the most? Tennis, modeling, game shows.
I mean, tennis keeps me in shape. I definitely would say music. Music 100%. Like my outlet. I get to talk, like I said, about relationships and just everything that's going on with my life. And then you can also say, oh, that wasn't real. It was just lyrics, but it could really be real, It's like cathartic. You get to tell your story, but then hide behind, oh, it's just music.
Yeah. So, like, normally on like interviews and everything, you hear rappers get asked, who's a top 5 dead or alive? I want to ask you as a singer, who's your top 5 dead or alive singers or, artists that you got?
Top 5 dead or alive. Michael Jackson, #1, huge fan. My mom, huge Prince fan, so I grew up listening to his music. Currently, I mean, I love Beyonce. She could do no wrong. I would also, no, that's controversial. We're not even gonna mention
No. Before you go on, no. We roll over here now. Like, yo, you can say whatever. You don't gotta give the.
I mean, he just came to my head, but like,
you don't gotta get the fluff answer. You can say whoever. You
I mean, I R. Kelly's music. Back when
you
it was
say,
okay to listen to him.
yeah, back when it was okay to listen. All right,
Yes,
okay,
and like
yeah.
his penmanship, amazing. Chris
I,
Brown, the GOAT.
yeah.
Usher. Oh, and then Avery Wilson. I don't know if you know who he is. He's kind of making his buzz in the R&B world. Like best voice I've ever heard, hands down.
Oh, nah, I gotta look
Hands
homie
down.
up. Word.
Avery Wilson.
Yeah, America, check out Avery Wilson then. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes.
Word. Yeah. Nah, but with the R. Kelly thing, let me ask you this, because we discussed this a lot on the radio. Because like, yo, there's certain songs that I refuse to kind of cut off this radio station. Like, I mean, just R. Kelly on the hook of one of my favorite rappers of all time is Biggie. And one of my favorite Biggie songs ever, I'm Leaping You Tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not cutting that song off. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know, I know, I
but
know.
how do you feel? Like, can you separate the artist from, you know what I mean, the artistry, the man from the artist? Can you do that?
I
And,
can, yes.
okay.
Because I realized that, it's art.
Yeah.
And who he is as a person is, it's two separate things, at least I
Yeah.
think. But
Yeah. My bad. That was like my only hardball question I got at you. Like, nah, so, but I can
I
speak
know.
for myself.
Don't cancel me.
I can. Y'all can cancel me then. But not like I can, you know what I mean? I don't condone what he did, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just,
I mean, the music is the music.
I just look at it, just me personally, I just feel like, if you got a musical talent, that's God's gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the man's flawed. You know what I mean? The man might make mistakes, and you ain't got to condone that. But I think that talent is God given. So that's just my view on it. That's like my political answer. I think, I don't know. You media trained. Was that a good answer?
It was. It was a good answer. I mean, it's true to you. And
Yeah.
in this day and age, like, you got to stand on how you feel, whether
Yeah.
people agree or not.
Yeah. So, like, what's next? Like, what's upcoming? I know I ain't gonna keep you long, because I know you gotta get busy in the studio. But like, what's upcoming? What's, you know what I mean? The next 6 months, yeah. What's
Really what I'm focused, I mean, I just dropped this song, but I'm already thinking remix in my head. I know where I want to take it. So that's what I'm working on today, and really trying to cross over into a different market.
Got you.
Yes, that's what's next.
So yeah, so yo, we're here with Kiki Giavanni. We about to drop that dropped today. Is there anything else you want to say to the people? Give out like all your socials and all that. So
yeah, definitely follow me. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and that's all Kiki Giavanni, KiKiGiavanni. And I do answer DMs, and I'll, write you back. Don't send nothing weird.
Or so like, yo, before we get to your record, how do you handle like the groupies, the male groupies?